Welcome everyone in our continuation subject Geography Standard 8, Chapter number 7, Population. Now this is our fourth video. Let's start to our first point of this video, population or resources. Population as a resource is important for the economic, social, and cultural development of any country. Rather than population numbers, it is the quality of population which is important, along with the percentage of literacy, sex ratio, and age groups, health, educational levels, etc. are also considered while thinking of population as a resource. The supply of skilled or unskilled labor depends on the quality of population. In the earlier exercise on page 42, you noticed that there was an increase in population in towns A or B. That only means that there was a growth of population. But can you say anything about the development of those towns? If there are no houses for this increasing population, no adequate drinking water, then of what use is this growth only? In those towns, for how many people has additional drinking water been made available? How many children have started attending school? Or in which city are the people happier? Growth does not mean development. Then how can development be measured? Okay, now let's understand the development and the growth. What is the difference between them? Okay, so development is a complex process that has no universal laws to guide it. However, there is widespread agreement that population growth is a crucial factor in the process of social and economic development. Population growth is not always in itself detrimental to development, especially in some developed countries where there are economies of scale and sufficient human and physical capital for new investments. Developing countries face an environment that is less favorable for economic growth than did the developed countries of the past. The major problem lies in the extended time lag between population increases on the one hand and technological advances and adaptations on the other hand. In populations that are not equipped to make the necessary technological and infrastructural changes, even moderate population growth can arrest the development process. The transfer or adaptation of new technologies requires time, money, and other structural changes. Moreover, rapid population growth reduces the proportion of household savings, making less money available for per capita investment in both physical and human capital. At the family level, less time and money are available for child development. At the societal level, it becomes more difficult to finance the physical and human investments necessary for sustained economic growth. Under the best conditions, a developing Asian country can expect to achieve better economic performance in the long term if the population has moderate growth, doubling over a 50-year period. While a slower rate of growth can accelerate development, it introduces a host of new social problems such as providing security to the elderly. For many decades, only a country's gross national product (GNP) was used for measuring development. It was assumed that the greater the economic prosperity, the more the development of a country. But this does not mean that the people are happy with the quality of life in that country. In reality, development is related to the quality of life, the opportunities available there, and freedom. In the decade of 1980 to 1990, Mehboob ul Haq and Amartya Sen put forth the concept of Human Development Index (HDI). United National Development Programme (UNDP) publishes a list of countries based on HDI scores every year. Okay, next is table which they have given. Try to complete the table on the basis of the information provided about a few countries and write a note on the Human Development Index (HDI) of various countries. Okay, so HDI rank wise they have given in next column country, third column value of HDI, and level of development in last column. So first is country Norway. Value of the HDI 0.049, level of development very high. Australia 0.939, development is very high. Switzerland, the development is very high. Germany, Denmark, United Kingdom, the level of development is very high. Japan, Sri Lanka is high, development is high. Brazil, China, statistics 2016. South Africa, India, Bhutan, Pakistan, the level of development is medium. Afghanistan, Niger, Central African Republic, the level of development is low. If you follow this, then you will understand. By studying this table, we understand the level of development of the countries. Okay, now next point is Human Development Index. The Human Development Index holds an important place in the study of human conditions related to international economic development. Today, it is commonly accepted that only economic prosperity does not mean development. This is not just the expectation of individuals but also of a region or of a country. The Human Development Index is used as a yardstick to measure regional development. While computing this index, three main parameters have been considered. Which are they? So that we will see. Economic parameter means standard of living. Health parameter means life expectancy. Education parameter means number of years of schooling. The values of the Human Development Index range from 0 to 1. Highly developed regions have a value close to 1, and as the level of development goes down, the value of the HDI decreases. In an area with very little development, the value of the index is close to 0. Okay, then now observe this map very carefully and answer the following questions. Okay? First question: which are the most densely populated districts? Name the sparsely populated districts with a density of less than 100 per square kilometer. Third question: name two districts with moderate population densities. Next question: what is the density of the dark shaded regions? Next question: why is the density of population less in Gadchiroli? And last question: have a discussion in the class on the effect of physiography, climate, area under forest, industries, etc. on the density of population. I hope students you will observe this map very carefully and you will write the answers. Okay, next point, geographical explanation. Okay, what is that? While considering the district-wise density of population in Maharashtra, the following features stand out. Population density is less in the eastern districts of Maharashtra, while they are more in the western districts. Higher density indicate urbanization and higher levels of industrialization. Therefore, Mumbai city district and Mumbai suburb district, Thane, Pune and Nagpur districts have higher density. The rain shadow districts as well as the districts in the extreme east, which are densely forested, show less density. Students, here we have completed this lesson. I hope you all have understood. So, thank you and take care.